Okay, so there are other films out this month which are better than Momentum, such as The Revenant and The Big Short, but you can hear about them all day elsewhere, whereas no one is shouting about Momentum. Now this film took a little bit of time before it enticed me in, but once it had, it provided an engaging, if daft, way of spending 90 minutes or so. It begins with a bank raid, orchestrated by masked men, and one woman, Alex, Olga Kurylenko from Quantum of Solace and Oblivion, suited up in ridiculous Splinter Cell cum autoerotic asphyxiation style black rubber suits with LED lights, including more voice activated lights, as they mumble through muffled voice synthesizers. But they are not Batman, or even Bane, or even sexy Batman. And thanks to Signature Entertainment not bothering to give us subtitles, I can't understand half of what they're saying.
Wax in your ears, Batman! You wanna be smart, you keep your face super glued to the floor and I'm gonna blow it off! Hey, back down!
After they escape, the plan is to lay low for 30 days before distributing the proceeds.
Gonna give me an explanation or not?
None needed.
Fuck you say! You have dropped us knee deep into shite and there's no telling how many people saw your face back there.
Let it go!
I am not warning you again, Fancy! God almighty, I can't believe who I'm in with, a fucking retard and a stupid gee who can't even...
Yet somehow to the single white female, that includes blowing up the getaway van in a public place, albeit with CGI flames.
So, this is how things are gonna go. I'm gonna go get drunk, soaking it up for a couple, and you are gonna get me the hell out of the country by tomorrow night.
After this, there's an engaging car chase, with some hilarious reversing of said vehicle in a car park, which I showed you at the start, which gives one example of a fair few scenes in this movie which have reasonable splits around sound effects, as well as the swirly effects in the bank's vault authentication system.
Now get in! I thought you were the key!
I don't know what happened, I swear to you, I don't know!
There's also arty shots of Olga's bum. Before James Purefoy's character turns up, whose character is given the name Mr. Washington, yet may as well be called Smarmy Evil Mr. Big.
I am a man who keeps his promises.
Wait! No! Stop!
Jesus Christ, Jess! I'm sure we can make a deal!
Especially since, in one scene, he even treads on a 6-year-old boy's head.
Yes. One moment. Matthew, there's a grown-up on the phone. Don't be rude.
Momentum is a film that bucks the usual trend by getting better the more it goes on. At 96 minutes, I wouldn't want it any longer than this, as it would outstay its welcome, but it's well structured, and at one point when Purefoy thinks he sus Olga's attempts to outwit him, he counters,
She thinks she's being clever, but I've seen this in far too many movies.
I initially figured the same would apply to this, but while it won't wow you with originality, it's a lot more fun than most action films. There's a lot of decent punching and violence here, particularly from Miss Clinton, played by the voluptuous So You Think You Can Dance finalist Shelley Nicole, who could kick James Bond's ass any day of the week. In fact, there's more action punch-ups and smackdowns in this than both Skyfall and Spectre put together. There's also a lot of wisecracks, even daft ones, such as when Purefoy's coat catches fire. Rather than quickly smack out the flame, he bemoans,
I like that code.
but when Olga's leg is put in a vice, we get the following exchange.
Well,
A couple more like that and your leg is going to be two-dimensional.
Which is one more dimension your personality will ever achieve.
Again.
Yes, we know the actress isn't really in danger of being hurt that way, but I'm still wincing throughout the scene.
Where is the drive?
There's also a weird moment around 55 minutes in where there's an OAP with a Zimmer frame walking along the road, approaching a red car who suddenly disappears. Hashtag continuity. The only real downside to this film is in its meaningless and forgettable title. Well, actually there's two. The usually reliable Morgan Freeman clearly just turned up to collect the cheque, putting in a mere 5 minutes of screen time in total and getting nothing extraneous to do. Never actually spending screen time with any of the other main cast members, so I'd be surprised if he even met any of them during the making of the film. Oh, a third thing. There's a woeful amount of chapters. Most studios try to stiff us on a mere 12 throughout a film's running time. With Momentum, we get 6. Well, actually, no, there's 4, because there are 0 extras, a static menu, and no subtitles.
Oops.
However, the film is presented in the original 2.35:1 widescreen ratio and in 1080p high definition, and you'd be surprised if it was not a top-notch transfer for a brand new film.
It's good. Really fucking good.
But like I said, while it's far from original, it's also a lot of fun, and it doesn't take itself seriously at all once it gets going. In addition, there's a lot of fast cutting in the early driving scene, but unlike Camille Delamar in The Transporter Refueled, where the fast cutting detracted rather than added, because they were done very poorly, the director of this film, Stephen Campanelli, makes it work brilliantly.